What's up, everybody? So today I'm over here at Midwest Technical Institute. I'm doing a little recruiting. We know our mechanical guy's gonna be moving for another job in another state here in the next month or two. So I hate being reactionary. I want to go out and start getting this process going. These guys are hard. It's hard to come by a good mechanical guy. So we are over here. This is where we got our guy from now. We've had great success with him. Really like the students they turn out here. So I'm going to do a little presentation. I'm going to go through the lab. Maybe do a little interview with Mark at the end of it. He's one of the instructors here, and just kind of let you know, this is a good place. If you're looking to recruit, go to the source. Like, go find the person you want, and instead of waiting for them to come to you. So we'll take a look at some of this stuff and see what's up. Lab at the Midwest Technical Institute, their furnace and air conditioning, training center. I'm just gonna give you a quick look around here.
I'm sorry, I'm in a big phone. I need to make a more control.
Got all the furnaces they're working on, air conditioning. Assume some of these are probably heat pumps, ice machines. Looks like they've got some welding and stations over here. Different stuff, diagnostic work, looks like. Mini splits, water heaters. Got a little house set up here where they're working. Got duct runs and stoves. Probably do a lot of oven and gas work in here. Washer and dryers, refrigerators, another little kitchen setup. Pretty cool. Pretty about as hands-on as it gets. All right, guys, so I just did a presentation over here at Midwest Technical Institute. We are actively recruiting for a heating guy, and I found this to be a pretty good place to come do it. They don't just grow on trees, so sometimes you gotta go looking for them. We're here with Mark. He's a teacher over here, and I just want to kind of get a quick rundown of what they do, what their coursework looks like, just how things work over here. So, Mark, why don't you tell me a little bit about Midwest Technical Institute?
Yeah, so the school is set up in 3 Illinois locations, couple of schools down south, and it's basically like advertised. It's a hands-on training. There is classwork and book work, the theory part of it, which I think is the great blend. Students learning that, and then we facilitate to them, understanding the meaning, the why of what they're doing.
Sure.
And then they get the practical application on the units in-house, working units that don't work anymore. They tear them apart, test them, do the whole shebang.
So this is our second take at this. I hit the wrong button, but you were saying earlier that you have a pretty good blend of about 60 to 40 or, 45, 55 classroom to hands-on.
Right, you're gonna get, in the entire program's 35 weeks, in that time, you're gonna spend the bulk of your time in the lab, the greater majority, 60% about. Different times throughout the program, you may be in class a little bit more, but that's the theory, and it's so important. Everybody wants to just learn how to do it, but the theory is what's going to keep it. You could go work on things that are relatable. We might not train you on a piece of big equipment, but the company you go to work for works on them, and you're going to still have an understanding. And
still
you're
the basic.
Yeah,
The furnaces we found just through our training, they're not super complicated, and they share a lot of commonality between units, but they are really complicated in the tech side, and I think that's probably where your students are really, versus just hiring on with a furnace guy somewhere. And we find that a lot, especially, I'm sure you know it, in the HVAC trades, is they don't always know why they're doing what they're doing, and they're not sizing things right, and they're not doing manual J's either at all or correctly. So you'll go into a house and see a furnace that's twice the size it should be, or half the size
all the time.
Yeah.
So it is one of those. I feel like that's part of the reason that tech schools like ours are becoming a more viable option. Especially for kids coming out of high school, because there is a side of the industry where the apprenticeship, what used to be, hey, I'm going to hire my nephew and he's going to work for a few years and he'll know how to do the job and not why. We even get those types of people who work for a family business, and now they want them to come back to us to get
Sure.
a better understanding
Well,
of.
it helps the whole.
Exactly.
It elevates everybody. Yeah,
Yeah.
It's a little bit of competition. What is your favorite part of working here and working
Ugh,
in
it's
the
easy,
trade?
easy for me. Being in the classroom or in the lab with the students, it's fun. I was a student here myself. MTI gave me an opportunity to have something that's never taken away. Yeah, you come in as a student and you work hard for 9 months and get this education, take it, start working in the field, gain that field experience. You got a job for life.
Sure.
As long as there's electricity, HVAC's going to be around.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's something that's got a lot of tentacles. It's a big industry, bigger than what people really understand or realize.
Oh,
a
absolutely.
lot
Yeah,
of
I mean,
times.
when you look at just even ice makers and
Oh, yeah.
just dehumidifiers, it's all the same thing. whether it's-
Absolutely.
Yeah. So you came into this from a teaching background,
Kind
so
of.
to say.
Yeah. Mom and dad were both teachers and brothers. I was in college to become a teacher and decided less than a year away from graduating that it wasn't really what I wanted to do.
Sure.
Started working mechanical type jobs, and by the time I found one that I was going to stay, I was a seed conditioning company, and they shut down, and then I was stuck with no education and nothing to do. And
Been there.
Or do you really want to go back to finish your college degree at like 26? And I found MTI through
Right.
actually an acquaintance, and it worked out for me. It's a very mechanical trade with HVAC, so I saw a lot of things I had worked on. Motors and belts and things that looked very familiar.
Sure.
And then found out how much more there was to it, and it's all she wrote, as they say.
How many students do you guys graduate through your HVAC program a year? On a typical year, I
I
know.
wish, with COVID and everything, the enrollment numbers are weird right now, but still, our admissions and high school recruiting are doing a great job, and we haven't fell off too much since we've been back. I wish I could give you a solid number.
Oh, sure.
I could tell you like this, right now, we've got around about 45 students in the program. Scratch that, 55 in the program, morning 8 to 1:15 schedule, and then we have a night class as well,
Oh,
from
perfect.
5:15 to 10:30.
So
for
you've got
those
people
folks.
like our mechanical guy. He was working the whole time.
Absolutely.
He was coming here.
Absolutely. They'll work a full day, then come in at night, and they'll get their training then. So, if you figure 55, we're graduating every 5 weeks, I mean, a few hundred at least, but
Sure.
don't quote me on the number. It's above my pay grade.
What do you think is the coolest change in your industry you've seen over whether it's tech or?
Oh, it's definitely tech.
Yeah.
The advancements, but because of energy savings, our field is going green.
Oh, sure.
I say
Absolutely,
this to
yeah.
the students all the time. If you want to get into this industry and be on the cutting edge, the ground floor of something, solar's becoming bigger and bigger.
We are, so we're training people up in solar.
Yeah.
It's coming into our program. as
Right.
well.
The motors inside your furnaces, they're not making into the old PSCs now. It's
Sure.
all these constant torque or ECM motors.
ECMs, yeah.
And there's benefits to that, but our students know, and we tell them all the time, there's going to be continuing education. We're giving you very basic skills, a theory, a foundation.
Right.
There's always going to be something new that comes out after you've graduated.
Yeah, you're going to have to add on to your house as
Absolutely.
your knowledge gets bigger. just like you
Absolutely.
with your family.
But
yeah.
that's the beauty part, like what your program does, and having those extra classes
Sure,
that they get to
yeah.
go to.
Yeah. So that really, we're so specific in what we do in weatherization. That really, if they can come into it like Jim's done with this basic knowledge, and then really funnel it into
Absolutely.
exactly what we want.
And-
So I just want to thank all the guys here at Midwest Tech for letting me come over, take up some class time, talk about building science, talk about weatherization, talk about the trades, kind of impart on these people that this is a good career path for them, and you can make a lot of money and you can be successful, and there's plenty of work out there. And I just kind of wanted to show everybody, when these guys are going, you hear tech school, I think it's still kind of poo-pooed on sometimes. Like there's a lot that goes into it, and just because it's not a 4-year degree doesn't mean that these people deserve to make less than kids that are going to a traditional school setting. So just a little look behind the scenes of what really goes on in a trade school. So we'll see you later.